All right, we are recording. Yvonne, rock star, amazing sponsor, fabulous area manager. I cannot wait to hear you train for us, and I want to take any more of your time, so take it away.
Hi, everybody. As Nair said, I'm Yvonne. I'm an independent consultant, and I'm over here in Australia. So it's morning time for us over here and evening time for you over there. I want to walk you through the steps of getting started, and it's something that I've been doing quite a lot of lately, but it's something that I found very difficult at the beginning to get my head around. So whether you are brand new to the business or somebody who has been in the business for a while and are just relaunching yourself, or you just want to use it as a refresher course, this is an absolutely fantastic call for everybody. And it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. So I'm going to share my screen with you. And I just want to take you, sorry, there's a lot open on my screen. So I want to just take you to two documents that we use in this business. So if we go onto the multi-region team, if you're brand new to the business and you've just launched somebody, you want to get your hands on how to start a new consultant. So this document over here, which is under the file section on the multi-region page, and that's for when you're starting a new consultant. And what I do is I follow this system every time I start a new consultant. So I have one for every person I start, and I just make sure I'm literally going through it and I'm ticking off all the things so that I don't miss anything. Because if you're having quite an active month and you're sponsoring a couple of people during the month, and you're trying to also do your own business, it can be, you can lose track and lose focus very easily, and you want to make sure that your new starts are getting the best start that they possibly can and that you're not missing any areas for them. So if you are that new consultant, we want you to go into Carlita's website, and her password is Arbon, all in lowercase, and you're going to go into Getting Started and Getting Started Tools, and you're going to pick up this document called the New Action Plan. So I have it open. Let's just see if it's open over here. So what we're going to do is, there's somebody who's not muted. Nair, can you help me out here and mute whoever isn't muted, please? Thank you. So before you book your time to do a business call with somebody, this document is very, very handy, and it's something that they can work through on their own accord without you holding their hand until you get to the part where you want to sit down and do the business meeting with them. So the first thing you're going to do when you get started in the business is you're going to sign up and you're going to order your kit. And for the Australians on the call or listening to the call later, this price is different, and also for any Canadians or UK people on the call, this price is different in each country. And this is just the American price, and we're just using the American document at the moment. So the best way to get started is with all the special value packs that are on offer to you when you start the business. And that's the makeup, the skincare, and the nutrition. Not everybody can afford all of them at the same time, and that's okay. There is no stipulation as to what your spend is when you join the business, but we do say, put an investment into the business. It's such a low startup cost that you want to start yourself as strong as you possibly can. And you can't do that unless you're falling in love with the products and using the products. So the quicker you can start to use the products, the better. So if you can't afford all three, I would say get two, and the two that we would focus on is the skincare and the nutrition. And if you can only focus on one, for me, hands down, every time I say, get the nutrition. And the reason I encourage that is because the skincare is amazing and you do notice the results within 24 hours. But the nutrition will completely blow you away. It will not only, it will change your health. And with that, you develop your own story so that you can share Arbonne very authentically with other people. And that's what this business of Arbonne is all about. It's about being very authentic and sharing your story. And my story is not going to be the same as anybody else's story because my health problems are very different to everybody else's. So it's letting people experience that for themselves. And plus with the nutrition, I always feel that you become a walking advertisement board when you do the nutrition, and people tend to come and ask you, what are you doing? You're looking amazing, or you've lost weight. What are you doing? And it just evolves into the conversation quite nicely. So that you're getting started. As soon as you get started, we like to get you introduced to your regional vice president. And there are 3 regional vice presidents in the group, in the multi-region group, and they are Nair Yuminski, Marie Tomlinson, and Danielle Pfeiffer. So whichever one is your regional vice president, that's the person that you're going to book a 3-way call with. And the reason we book that 3-way call is simply because you are in business for yourself, but you are never in business by yourself. And the reason that these people are regional vice presidents is because they have been longer in the business and they've done more asking than you've done. So they have a wealth more experience than you. And it's great to be able to show that experience to other people and to share their stories with your new recruits. But also, especially for somebody who's not in the same country as my upline, as my regional vice president, it's really great to introduce my team to my regional vice president so that they know that they've got easy access to her, and that the lines are always open for correspondence between the two. And anything that they're unable to get from me, they can go to Nair or vice versa. So that's quite good. And also for me, being in Australia, there's a huge benefit with the difference in time zones. So I highly recommend you go out there and you get yourself a team member in another country. It's good. So the next thing we're going to talk about is doing your whys. And your why is really important in this business because that's what's going to give you your staying power in the business. And we've given you hints up here as to how to focus on creating your why. But your why is for you to structure and to think about and to draw out why you really want to do this business. And we recommend that you share that with the person who brought you into the business and your regional vice president so that we always know. Oh, thank you. Lovely pink lines going across my page. So it's good to be able to share with people what your why is in the business so that we also know what's drawn you to this business. And, you know, we can help you at moments of difficulty in this business. So this business is a great business. But there will be moments in it where it's hard, and the highs and lows in this business are pretty extreme at times. So when you're having a low in the business, we want to be able to get you refocused on what your why was and to pick you back up again as quickly as possible. And that's like really important. So staying connected to us is vital in this business. If you're having a bad day, we want to know about it so that we can help you through it. And if you're having a good day, we want to know about it so that we can share your excitement and your enthusiasm as well. So your why is really important. That's something you need to work on your own account. This 100-person list is very, very important. And I know when I was asked to do the 100-person list, I absolutely struggled with this. I was very choosy with who I put on it, and I think I came back with a list of 10 people. If you're coming back with a list of 10 people, you are not looking at your 100-person list properly, and you're not being serious enough about this business, and you're judging people, and it is not our job to judge people. The longer I've been in this business, the more I know that everybody puts on that smiley face like we do on social media, and we never tell how bad things are in their own personal life. So you don't know who really, really needs this business. So go out there and ask everybody. Do not judge, write their names down. So if you were just to go through your phone book or your Facebook contacts, you'd come up with well over 100 people's names in just a few minutes. It takes about 15 minutes to do a 100-person list. But my suggestion to you is start in groups of 10 and start with writing down 10 family members, 10 friends. And by writing them down, it's like a memory jogger. And we then start to think about other people that we get that are connected to the people that we're writing down. Don't just write all females. We want males down there as well. And this business is open to everybody. And don't just focus in the country that you're in, and go wide. It's a global business. We're in 7 countries, so start thinking outside of the box. And don't worry about age or gender, because we cover everything in this business. So once you've gone through your 100-person list and pulled up 100 people's names, we're then going to go and we're going to qualify these people into your dream team. And we've given you a list of things that you need to focus on to pull out your dream team. And you just simply follow that. So once you've done your dream team, so once you've done your whys, your 100-person list and your dream team, now you're ready to do your business plan with your sponsor, the person who brought you into the business. And what you need for that meeting is your whys, your 100-person list, your focused dream team that you've just drawn out of your 100-person list. But we also need you to have your calendar in front of you. And what we need you to do is write down your non-negotiables in your calendar. So for example, any family commitments you have, your work commitments, if you've got another job, Arbonne is a fantastic side hustle alongside what you're already doing. It's not a side hustle for me, it is my full-time job. So I get to dedicate a lot more hours to it than anybody else. So that's good for me, but it doesn't mean that it being a side hustle that you get to do less of it and it's not as effective for you. It's how you use your time. And this is our job to show you how you can fit Arbonne in around what your schedule is already. And we've known people who are working 50, 60, 70 hours a week, doing a degree at nighttime and still managing to fit Arbonne in. So it's just as soon as you can show us what your priorities are in your schedule, then we can show you how to work this business around it. So I'm going to move on, and we're going to start to get you into activity now. And how we do that is we have a funnel system that we use. And the funnel system is we start at the top and we work our way down. So we ask people to take a look at the business. So don't panic at this stage. You never have to do anything by yourself. You have your sponsor is going to do everything with you at the beginning. And it is their job to hold your hand for anything up to the first 30 days. We want to make sure that you're as independent as you can possibly be before we let you run loose and do things on your own. But over the course of the 30 days, we will do things for you 100% at the beginning, and then we will allow you to do it a little bit, and then we can finish up and show you if you've missed out on anything, and just tidy up the loose ends. And just by practice and repetition, you find in a very short space of time that you actually don't need us around at all, and that you're very competent and capable within a short space of time. So we use the funnel system, as I said, and the funnel system is all about, for me, without a shadow of a doubt, the best product that Arbonne has is the business opportunity. It absolutely transforms lives, and you just never ever know who's going to say yes to you. So I share with everyone, absolutely everybody. And we're just asking them to take a look. And one of the things that I say to everybody is, don't say no to me until you know what I have to tell you. And then please feel free to say no. I'm not going to be hurt by it or anything, you know, but just make sure you know what you're saying no to. So take a peek and then decide. So we use this funnel system, and the funnel system is asking everybody to take a look at the business. If they decide that the business is not for them, your job is to try and get the product into their hands. So let's just say you shared the business with them, and on a scale of 1 to 10, they were sitting at around a 4 or 5 on the scale. Well, perhaps they need more exposure and they may need to try the products. They've never tried the products. So a great thing to do at that stage is, you know, suggest to them that maybe they could get a couple of friends over and you would come over and give them a pamper with the products so that they can get to experience the products with their friends. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. Don't be put off if you get a no. The next thing you want to do is say, that's okay, no problem. I can come over and just pamper you. At the end of the day, you just want this person to try the products so that they're experiencing how good the products are. And if you get a no to that, you definitely want to make sure that you get a sample into their hands. The glory of being able to share the products with them and their friends is that you're straight away getting into their network so that you're widening your network as well. And that's what we're trying to do every single day, is expand on our networks. If it's a case that you end up going down to popping a sample in the post or dropping a sample over to their house, you want to make sure that you're asking them for a referral, because you don't know who they know who might want either the business or the products. So again, don't panic about this. There is verbiage here to help you. But one of the things that we always focus on before we go and speak to anybody about the business or the products, we want to try and get to know them. So it's a relationship business. So we ask them questions, lots of questions, to try and get to know them a little better. So whatever they answer with, try and ask them another question so that you're digging a little deeper to try and understand what the person's dreams, desires, and discontents are. And then we go through the verbiage that we have, and it's all printed out here. Now, this verbiage is used by your regional vice presidents, your national vice presidents, and we've all used it. It works. It is proven to work. So don't go tweaking it too much. Keep the core message the core message. It really does work. Just trust in the system. We've given you an example of a phone conversation and a text example here of just reaching out to people when you first start your business. So this is how you would reach out to somebody on your dream team. And then we've also given you some verbiage on how to book an event. An event is exactly as I was talking about, where you share the products with the person that you're speaking to and a couple of their friends. My recommendation on this is not to use the words party, hosting, or anything that's going to scare the living daylights out of them, because some people just feel that, oh, party, I have to go and clean the house for a week, I have to get rid of the husband, the kids, everybody needs to leave the house so that I have this perfect setting for a party. And people get put off by that. So if you just just tone it down and be very informal about it. You just want them and a couple of their friends around the kitchen table, and you just want to share the products, because at the end of the day, that's all we're doing, is sharing the products with them. We want them to have an experience with the products, and we all know that when people try the products, they're pretty blown away with the products. So that's a group presentation or a group event, whatever you want to call it. And then what I do a lot in my business is one-on-ones, asking people to take a look at the business and sharing the business with them. So I drink a lot of coffee, and most of my business is around coffee shops. So this is how I run my business. So I love letting people come and meet me and just experience what this business is about. And a lot of people just get so blown away by being able to try the samples and know what's behind getting an overview of what Arbonne is. So for me, what I've learned over the 4 years that I've been in the business is that if you're just sharing a sample with somebody but not giving them the background of what Arbonne is all about, then they're missing half of the message. You want to be able to share with them, why Arbonne? What makes us so different from everybody else? And if you were just to focus on our ingredient policy alone, that's going to blow the majority of people away. We do stand out from the crowd, and it is your job to get that message across to people. And the more people, the more time you invest in people to help them to understand that, the better and the more loyal the customer is. So product samples, we have them, and we use them quite a bit in the business, and referring, make sure that you're always asking for a referral. So they're your documents. I just want to end by saying that to do this business, I'm going to stop sharing so that we're not looking at documents. To do this business, you have to stay connected in it. It's really, really important to stay plugged in. So if I was to refer our business to like a phone, if you don't plug your phone in, it's going to die a death. You have to keep your phone charged at all times, and you have to keep you charged. So like I said to you at the beginning of the call, if you're having a bad day in Arbonne, and we do get them, trust me, we get them, and it doesn't matter whether you're a national vice president, a regional vice president, or you've only been 1 week in the business, you are going to experience bad days. But the more you stay connected to your upline or the person who brought you into this business, the more we can talk you through it. And I can hand on heart tell you that anything you go through, you're not unique. I promise you, we have all gone through it 100 times before you. And that's what why people are regional vice presidents, because they've just gone through stuff more than you have. And the other thing is, along with staying connected, is start to build your belief in this business. So you can only build your belief in this business if you're using the products. So there should be nothing in your bathroom other than Arbonne products. So if I was to walk into your bathroom, that's all I should see in your bathroom. There should be no other product in there. And if you have a husband like mine who still does the supermarket shop and comes home with shampoo and body wash and everything else, and I have to go and return it all, please try and educate them, seriously. It will just save you a lot of toing and froing to the supermarket. I have no idea what my husband thinks I do, but yes. So the other thing I want to say to you is, apart from building your belief in the products and making sure that all we're doing in this business is turning our monthly expense into an income. So we get paid for what we're buying. So don't buy your toothpaste and deodorant from somebody else. Buy it from your own shop. Do your Christmas shopping from your own shop. So everything in your bathroom needs to be Arbonne. And start to build your belief in this business. This business is the most awesome business out there. It's about building an asset income. And if you don't understand what an asset income is, that's your first learning point. You've got to get your head around what an asset income is, because without understanding that, how can you possibly share this business with other people when they already have busy lifestyles? So it's really, really important to get them to understand that this is a business that's building for the future. And you're not going to, initially, when you sign up to this business, you're not going to get that, the money that you, for every hour that you work in the business, you're not going to be paid for it. You have to trust in the system and know that it's building in time, and that we're not going to get that 1% pay rise. We're going to get a huge pay rise when we promote up the levels. So to have a trust in the business, and always be working on yourself so that you're growing yourself. If you're not using the products, you can't talk about the products. If you're not investing in yourself and learning how to do things, how to share the business with people, how to do a presentation with people, how can you show anybody you bring into the business how to do these things? So you need to invest in yourself and work on your leadership skills, and be open to learning at all times. And there's book clubs every month, so there's constant recommendations on what to read to help you grow as an individual and as a leader. And I think I've exhausted myself and I've covered everything. But if you have any questions, just post them in the chat and I'll help you out.
Yvonne, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. Please be sure to go through and read what's in the comments, because they're fabulous. We have 2 minutes for questions. If anyone has questions of anything that Yvonne just shared, wants clarification, wants to add anything in, 2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes. She is amazing. Very true. I'll live with the silence another minute, because you all are just saying lovely things in the comments. All right, so I'm just gonna say really quickly that I wanna make sure we need to hop off in 2 minutes to get over to the Facebook Live that Danielle Pfeiffer, Regional Vice President, is going to be doing for us, which will be amazing. Amazing. We have like the best lineup tonight, Yvonne, Danielle. And then after that, you're going to want to hop back onto Zoom to the multi-nation call. And this is also something that's been put on by our Central Region, by Tammy Higginbotham, and it's going to be phenomenal. So you're going to want to make sure that you hop back on here. If you don't know the phone number for that, if somebody can maybe type it real quick in the Zoom number into the comments, just in case you don't have it. And the Facebook group is Discover Arbonne Live. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the recording real quick.